to Go Coloring. I'm your host, Amanda, as always.
Today we are going to be comparing two of the hottest highlighters on the market. This is Colourpop Cosmetics and Becca Cosmetics.
So if you want me to compare these two and want to see the difference in texture, in pigment, in coloring, please keep watching.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Becca Cosmetics. I have been for a while, ever since I worked at Sephora. They were the first highlighters I truly fell in love with. Just a beautiful, rich pigment, and the one, I have all of them, but the one I'm going to be sharing today is the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop from her collection in 2015. This one is still super duper popular, even though it was claimed to be limited edition back in the day. They've kept it, and they're still producing it like wildfire. Another more recently popular highlighter is the Colourpop Cosmetics. This one is Wisp. It's a little bit darker than Jaclyn Hill, but it still has that amazing Super Shock effect. It's actually called the Super Shock Cheek, figuratively. What I'm going to be doing today is comparing one on one side and one on the other. The highlighter I have on my nose is What's Up from Benefit, and that highlighter is perfect for layering everything. So because I contour my nose, I just put it on prior, just as like the full contour, but on my cheeks will be the two other Colourpop Cosmetics and Becca Cosmetics highlighters. So let's open up the highlighters for show. My Becca one is broken, unfortunately, and that is very common with these. All of my Becca highlighters have shattered, even though I've been very delicate with them. But this is the coloring. It's beautiful. It's actually probably one of the most beautifully universal highlighters on the market. And it just creates a beautiful gold pinky sheen on your cheeks, and it just brightens up your entire face. This will always give you compliments. Now for Wisp, it is a beautiful, more bronzy color. Still has that similar champagne glow, but it's more of a sun-kissed glow as opposed to champagne. And this one I got a couple weeks ago, and honestly, I love them, and they're so cheap. Since I am originally Canadian, I just want to show you the price comparisons. This is $8 US as opposed to 46 Canadian. So let's see how these pay off. First impression is going to be on the hand. So I'm just going to take a swab and swab it on my hand. And then I'm going to do the same thing with Champagne Pop. A swab on my hand. Well, a very crushed swab. So the payoff is going to be basically on, as the cheek looks different, the colors are pretty different. I was going to initially compare this to Lunch Money, but because Lunch Money reminds me more of Becca Moonstone, I wanted to compare it with the most popular colors of the Becca collection. So let's see how these two are. One might be a little bit more bronzy than the other, but let's see how they perform on the cheeks. To apply this, I'm just going to be using a tapered blush brush. It's not extremely fluffy, but it'll transfer the product really well, and then I'll top it up with my fingers. I know that's a little bit controversial, but in my opinion, I think it makes the highlighter have the most glow and the most effect. And so this is the verdict. You can't tell too much difference. I used the side, this brush is cleaned, and then I used one side for one side for the other, just so it would be the exact same application, and then use two separate fingers to apply each product accordingly. This one is Becca, and this one is Colourpop. And to be honest, even though the colors looked a lot different on my hand, on my face, it's not much of a difference. Although the Becca one applied very intense and very shimmery to begin with a beautiful sheen, when it's blended in properly, it looks exactly like the Colourpop. In my opinion, if you're going to be spending $38 US or $8 US for a product that does pretty much the exact same thing, I would probably go with Colourpop. That being said, Becca is a really beautiful brand, and it definitely will last you a long time. I purchased this product back in 2016, early 2016 in April, and I use it every single week, pretty much every single day, and it's just kind of destroyed and I've started to be able to see the pan. Another benefit of buying Colourpop, however, is that because they're $8, you can try out a bunch of different shades. Lunch Money is also a very popular one that I also have, as well as a ton of they have tons of highlighters. So you can pretty much try all of them for the cost of, or at least 3 for the cost of one Becca product. So I hope this video allowed you to kind of make up your mind if you were looking to purchase a highlighter and didn't really know which one to follow. And stay tuned for more comparison videos. I will also be doing a video on my experience working at Sephora. I had worked there for 4 years, and I have a lot of really great insight and tips as to how to get a job there if you're interested in entering the makeup industry. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.